Alright, so today I've got my retro themed TV here that I've been working on for a wee while. This build was actually done. This was an old speaker box I had lying around, and that's the original matting from the front of it. So I put a Dell LCD in there. It's just a PC monitor, and I've got an amplifier behind that. As you can, oh God, focus, you bastard. As you can see, it's got volume control there. There's a wee 12-volt amplifier inside of it. There's two speakers down here, and yeah, it actually works quite well. So I'll take you around to the back. Here's all the inputs and outputs we got here. We got power in, which is a standard 3-pin PC power input, or a monitor input. I cut one off an old board I had and used that and extended it through to the monitor, so that powers the monitor. Above that we have 5-volt power input. I've got two of those. As you can see, I've got one plugged in at the moment. And then over here we got, we've got HDMI in. Yeah, get in there. And we've got AV input. Those two are on different channels, and as you can see over here, you got channel 1, which is the HDMI input, then channel 2 is the AV input. HDMI. And one thing I did add to it that I wasn't going to was actually freeview. So you got the dish plug in here for freeview, and then the other USB above that is actually a part of the freeview, but it also gives you multimedia playback as well as ability to record shows. So if you plug a USB in there and set it up for record, it'll record TV shows. So I thought that was kind of neat. But yeah, so I'm actually thinking about redoing this panel. It looks pretty crap. I might get something properly laser cut so all the ports are nice and even and find the right screws in there. It looks pretty crappy at the moment, so I'm not very happy with that. And obviously I just recently found some new leagues for it, which I think top that off quite well. It looks quite smart, but they need painted, and I might repaint the whole thing again. But what we'll do here is we'll just have a wee tech demo. So I've got my Sega Classic over here. We'll turn that on. And that should auto kick in. When it decides to detect the signal, it's on. Yeah, here we go. The volume is at. And actually the volume on this is actually really good. I mean, I'll show you. So that's full volume. So I don't think it's too bad. And then one awesome feature that I quite liked about it was that if I turn this off, I'll say shut down, and then if I turn the freeview on, it just takes a minute to boot, but it'll auto kick over to the freeview. So with the monitor on the input sides of things, I've got the AV port plus the HDMI port are running through the DVI, and then freeview is running through the VGA port, so it works quite well. So you can see we've got and you got fully working freeview television. And because I set it to 4:3 aspect ratio, it's set it to widescreen, so that still makes it watchable. I mean, I think it's only a 19-inch screen. It might only be a 17, to be honest, but it's completely watchable. Like, it's freeview, so no complaints there. So that was, I wasn't going to add that, but I thought I would. And you know, for all intents, and then it goes into standby. But for all intents and purposes, that sort of turned it into a real TV. So let's start with that. We'll just turn the main power off here. And yeah, so for all intents and purposes, that turned it into a real TV. So now it just needs a respray. So that was a bit of a tech demo. And I'm going to repaint. I need to repaint the whole thing anyway. But yeah, let me know what you think.